Hi Rajalakshmi, good morning. Thank you for joining in today's interview session. How are you?
Hi Deep, good morning Deep. I'm fine. How are you Deep?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. So Rajalakshmi, before we proceed, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. First of all, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Rajalakshmi. I have completed electronics and instrumentation engineering in JPI Engineering College. I have worked in Wipro for 2 years. Due to family emergency, I have resigned. I have quit from my work. During my gap, I have helped my father to do his business. And then during my gap, I have researched many various technologies in order to rebuild my career once again. I found that I learned about Java, automation testing, manual testing. I developed an interest over the years. I learned about the things and I thought this will be suitable for me to rebuild my career once again.
That's great. Uh, so it was a hell of a journey, I guess, you had starting your career in IT, working in Wipro, and then due to family emergency, you had to quit your job. So how was the feeling when you had quit the job due to family emergency?
The time I feel I need to quit my job, it's somewhat I'm feeling guilty, but I'm happy in order to help my daddy to do his business because there is a huge loss in business, the family business. So I need to help him. I'm the only person responsible for him to help him in his business. So I'm happy with that.
Okay,
Now I am happy to again restart my career.
that's great. So I think you have crossed a huge obstacle in your life. So can you please briefly describe a time you had overcome an obstacle and how did you tackle that?
Mm.
Life had been quite challenging for you, right? So definitely, since you mentioned that your father's business were at a huge loss, so that was an obstacle for you. So what did you do that right now everything has got settled and you are once again started focusing on your career?
Yeah. There is a huge loss in my daddy's business actually. So I planned what are the mistakes he has done and what are the issues he is facing, why there is a loss. I analyzed that and I overcome that by taking corrective measures in the business.
Okay. And what sorts of corrective measures you had taken to ensure that the loss is recovered soon?
Okay. Um, I imported many missions. Okay. I imported many missions and I have used automated mission instead of an employees. I use an automated missions. So production has been increased. So there is no loss in that. I overcome that.
Okay, that's great. Uh, so you thought out of the box, I guess, instead of machines where it required man force, you actually uh, bought some machines that were automated. So that was a clever move from you. Good job.
Thank you.
So normally, how do you handle stress in your life?
I won't take much. I won't take things much deep into my mind, and I won't get stressed. I will take as a simple, and I will solve that. I won't take any things that deep into mind. If I get deep into mind, it will get. I will get many things in my mind. I won't get deep into that things. Just I will see from a in a simple way.
Okay, so you see your life in a very simple way. That's cool. Okay. So I think you have received a lot of feedbacks where you had been going good and where you had been going wrong. So what is the most critical feedback do you most often receive?
I won't repeat the questions what they have asked.
Sorry, I didn't get you properly. Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah. I won't repeat the questions what the interviewer asked.
So is this the critical feedback that you receive most often?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So I guess most of us have got few strengths and weaknesses. So what do you think is your biggest weakness at this point of time?
I trust people easily. And I can't say no. If anyone's need my help, I can't say no. I will help them.
Okay, so that actually arises. It actually, I'm thinking a situation for you since you have said this answer. Suppose in your company you are working in a project and you have a friend who's working on another project and his manager has given him or her a task to be done, but he or she is unable to do it. So he has come to you and he or she is asking for help. That Rajalakshmi, can you please help me in my project because I am not able to do it? So how are you going to help that person without affecting your work, and what will be your approach in that kind of a scenario?
At the time, I will complete my work first, and then I will see whether I know the technology. What he is asking, whether I will see whether I know that. If I knew, I will help him.
Okay, so as you were saying that first of all you are going to complete your work, right? So the thing is that if you are engaged in your work, you won't be able to give time to his work. So how will you adjust your time?
I will spend overtime. I
Okay,
will
so
first I will
you
complete
are
my work.
ready to
Yeah,
work overtime as well. So don't you
yeah.
think that if you overexhaust yourself or if you work too hard for someone else's work, for the next day when you come to office and when you start working on your project, it will affect the quality of work for your project?
No, no, I don't think that.
Because you are tired, right? You have worked overtime, and the company did not demand you to work overtime, but you worked overtime just because to help your friend. So definitely, if we extend our shifts or if we take a lot of stress due to work, it generally affects the quality that we try to show in our project or in the work that you're doing.
I will manage myself because if I need to work for my project means in order to extend time means I will do right. So the same thing I will help her also by extending the work. If I need means I will extend over my time in my project to complete my work. So if I need, if I help her, I won't get exhausted because I will manage myself next day and I will take a rest the next day night. I will
Okay,
complete my work very quickly.
okay. So what, since you will be a software tester very soon, so what do you think are the three main qualities that you see within every software tester or that you see within yourself to be the best software tester in the market?
I will deliver the quality product. Okay. Mm, quality product. And the deliver product meets the customer expectations and requirements. And there is a no defect in the product what I have developed.
Okay. So the final question that I would like to ask over here is, since you had 2 years of experience in working in Wipro and working in the SAP domain, so are you not finding it difficult to switch your profile from SAP to software testing?
No, because during my gap, I have learned many technologies. As already I said, automation testing, Java, manual testing I have learned. I have developed interest over here.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm done with the HR round. If you want to have a glass of water in between, before we start the technical round, you can have. Okay,
No, I'm comfortable with that.
thank you.
Okay. So Raj Lakshmi, let's start with the technical round. So tell me what is difference between bug, defect and error?
Um, a mistake in a code is called error. An error found by tester is called defect. The defect accepted by the development team, developers, is called as bug.
Great. So tell me what is bug leakage and bug release?
Raju, once again, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, bug leakage and bug release. Do you know
Sorry,
what?
I don't know.
Okay,
No.
okay, no worries. So tell me what is test where?
An environment to perform the test.
Okay, no worries. So tell me what is traceability matrix?
Mm. All the requirements are mapped with the test cases. This matrix will help to maintain the test cases. If there is any change in the module, this will change the requirement. So we can easily track the test cases and execute those test cases easily.
Okay. While doing software testing, just tell me what are the different tools you have used while doing that?
Selenium, and then Zira, Bugzilla.
What is use of Bugzilla?
Um, Tools used to find the bugs.
Okay. Do you have any example for that? Means where you have used while doing any project or any assignments like that?
No.
Okay. No worries. Do you know what is agile testing?
Agile testing um, promotes a continuous iteration of a development and testing throughout the software development cycle. And then agile methodology consists of Scrum calls, sprint planning, sprint meeting, review, retrospective, backlogs, and definition of done.
Okay. So one last question from my side. Let's say there is one web application or like website, and if I say test that and list topmost like top five test scenarios. So how you will test and what are those scenarios for web application?
To verify the URL is working.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I don't know. I didn't get the things.
Only one
Okay,
network. Okay. Over to you, going. No worries.
yeah. So you said that Bugzilla is used for finding defects or logging defects.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. So I'm just asking you. You said Bugzilla is a tool of finding defects or logging defects.
Finding defects.
Okay, fine. So tell me, what are the principles of software testing?
There are 7 principles in software testing. Testing shows the presence of defects. Software testing actually shows the presence of defects. It won't say there is a no defect. And then exhaustive testing is not possible. The process of testing the functionality of a software testing with all possible inputs and preconditions is exhaustive testing. Exhaustive testing impossible means a software can never test each and every test cases. It can test only few test cases and say the software is correct and produce the correct output. If you test each and every test cases, it will be time consuming. So it's not possible. And early testing. Hmm. To find defects in the software testing, early testing should be started. The defect detected in the SDLC, early phases of SDLC will be less expensive. For better performance, early testing should be started at the initial stage itself. Defect clustering. In a project, a small number of modules contain most of the defects. 80% of defects comes from 20% of the modules. Pesticide paradox. Repeating the same test cases again and again won't help to find a new bugs. It is necessary to review the test cases, add or update the test cases in order to find a new bugs. Testing is a context dependent. Testing approach depends upon the context of the software being developed. Different types of software need to perform different types of testing. Absence of error fallacy. That is, if a build software is 19% error free, but it does not follow the user requirement, then it is unusable. It is not only necessary to be the software build is 99% bug free, but also necessary to follow the user requirements.
Okay, fine. So this was all about, okay, fine. So you gave a very good examples as well as the explanation. Tell me about what is a bug life cycle?
If we find a bug, it will be in a new state. After that, it will be assigned. It will check whether it's a duplicate. Duplicate in the sense, if I will find, I also find a bug. My friend also find the same bug. There is a duplicate bug, and we will analyze this is a bug or not. We will analyze that, and if the bug is to be resolved later, then it will be in a deferred state. And if the bug is to be resolved right now, then it will go into open developer team open, and then it will go to fixed state. If the issue is not yet fixed, we need to again retest. Again, we will retest the bug, and we will reopen it again. And the same cycle repeats: reopen and then open, fixed, retest. Same will repeat. If once the big bug is fixed, then it will go to verified. We will verify whether the bug has been resolved or not. Then it will be closed.
Great. So tell me what are the contents of a test plan?
Sorry, not getting you.
What are the contents of the test plan, or what you store, what you write in the test plan?
No idea.
Okay, fine. So tell me, if you want to start testing an application, so I gave you an application for test, what would be your, what are the prerequisites that you require to start a testing?
First, I need to launch that application, and I need user ID, and password. If it is not there, I will register as a new user. Then I will log in that application and I will perform the action what I need to perform using that application.
Yeah. So before going into that application, what is required for to start to test that application?
For software has to be launched. For software, first we have to launch a software.
Okay, fine. How good are you with SQL?
Okay, somewhat basics I know.
Okay, tell me about DML, DCL, and DDL. What are these?
DML is a data manipulation language. It performs action on the structure of the table. It won't perform action in the records inside the table. And DDL commands or create, alter, rename, truncate, drop. DDL commands. And DML, data manipulation language. It consists of insert, update, delete, and merge. Data control language. It consists of grant and revoke.
Okay, fine. How good are you with Java? How would you rate yourself
Okay.
out of 5?
3.
Okay. What is polymorphism?
The mechanism in which we perform a single action in different ways.
Okay, fine. So, okay. So tell me, what is a black box testing and what are the techniques that we use in black box testing?
Black box testing. The internal working of an application need not be known by tester as a black box. In black box testing, black box testing techniques involve equivalence class partitioning, boundary value analysis, decision table, state graph table.
Okay, can you explain me what is BVA in depth?
So your voice is not audible.
Can you explain me BVA in depth?
Yeah. It will divide the input domain into a class's data with valid and invalid inputs. The main aim is to reduce the set of test cases.
So say for example, we have a field where you enter a number, okay, and there's a range between say 1 to 40. So how would you test with this with the BVA?
First, I will consider the range from 1 to 40, and then 40 and above the second range, invalid input. Valid input as a 1 to 40, invalid input as a above 40, and below 1. I will check with these 3 inputs, valid and invalid inputs.
Okay, what about ECP? Equivalence class partitioning with the same example. What you will test in ECP?
Sorry, I said for ECP only.
Okay, then what would be for BVA?
For boundary value analysis, 1 to 10 will be in a grade range, sorry, in a mark. If I get 1 to 20 means 1 to 10 means it will be a D grade, and 20 to 21 to 30 it will be a C grade, and 31 to be 40
Okay.
it will be a C grade, sorry, B grade. Like that, I will.
Yeah. Okay, Rajlakshmi. I would like to ask a few questions on SQL. So tell me the
Okay.
difference between delete and truncate of table.
Delete is a DML command. Truncate is a DDL command. If you use delete, table name will be there, records won't be there, and rollback is possible in delete. In truncate, table name will be there, records will not, records will be deleted, and it's auto commit. DDL commands are auto commit commands.
Okay. And about the oops, do you know inheritance?
Is somewhat, I know.
Yeah, whatever you know, you can tell me.
Yeah. Inheritance means the process of acquire um, in which inheritance is a concept of object-oriented programming. It's a mechanism in which an object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. Inheritance is used to create a parent-class relationship.
Okay. And how we can use inheritance in automation of testing?
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know abstraction in object oriented?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please explain about that.
Abstraction is a process, is a concept of object-oriented programming. Is a process of acquiring, identifying the required details and ignoring the irrelevant details. Identifying the relevant details of an object and ignoring the irrelevant details.
What do you mean by relevant details? Do you have any example for that?
Mm. In a resume, I will have something, my marks, and then a date of birth, name, father name, religion, caste, all. In my biodata, I will have same name, religion, caste, place of birth, um, um, and then how much salary I'm earning, where I have worked, and then um, I'm looking for a bride who is earning this much salary, all the details. So there is a difference. Same thing in resume, what are details I want, then I will write that only. In biodata, the same details, and in adding extra details also. According to
Okay.
the requirement, what are the informations we need, we will take.
Okay. Thank you, Rajlakshmi.
Thank
So
you.
I'm done from my side, Deep. You can take over.
Okay. Thank you, Govind and Amol, for getting through the technical rounds. So, Rajlakshmi, before we end, definitely, I would like to know that where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
I want to see myself in the position of a test lead.
Okay. And suppose you are selected today. Okay. What will be your reaction?
I will be very happy, and I will have many responsibilities for the growth of our company.
Right. Sure. So, before we end, do you have any question of any one of us?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rajlakshmi, for joining in today's interview session. It was nice knowing you more, and we'll definitely meet with all the feedbacks in our next session. Okay. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining in.
Deep, and thank you all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Raj Lakshmi.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rajlakshmi. Thanks, Deep. Thanks, Govind.